What's going on? It's Troy. I hope you're doing fantastic. Today I want to continue our conversation about keys to developing a successful long-term relationship. It's something that often sounds difficult or impossible even to do, especially in our day and age. However, with the right insights, you can have a successful long-term relationship. I want to share these insights with you, but before we get started, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, so I can continue to make great content like this for you and move your relationships into a positive and beautiful direction. Something that really helped me and has helped many of my clients is the mirror technique. And so essentially what that looks like is in a relationship, I believe a relationship should flow. It should be smooth and easy. At times there's going to be difficulty, and that'll look like these big rocks or logs that get kind of thrown in that river. They congest the river and the flow isn't there necessarily. Oftentimes those congestion points or those stuck points are things about the other person that frustrate us. As an example, say you're like very organized, punctual, and on time, and that's something your partner struggles with. They're always disorganized, they're never on time, and you're like, oh my God, this freaking drives me crazy. Like, I can't stand this, right? Or maybe you're really into health and fitness, and they're not into health and fitness. They seem to be lazy in that other area of your life. When we look at the frame just through ourself and them, it's easy to see the separation, right? Meaning that it's like easy to point the finger, like, dude, you suck at this. Like, if you just did this thing, you would be really successful at this, or you'd be much happier by doing this. We can see the other person easy, right? That's one of the reasons why meditation is so valuable. It allows us to do that for ourselves. As a side note, right? Going inside and allowing ourselves some space and distance to see our own flaws and errors and mistakes we're making. But it's much easier to do it to another person. So how do we adjust this in a relationship? We use the mirror, and the mirror looks like when you see a situation in the other that frustrates you, makes you upset, you want them to change. Look for that same behavior in yourself. And it will look like this. It won't always be exactly reflected. Like I said, maybe you're organized, punctual, on time, and they're not. They're chaotic, they're always late. But use the mirror and ask yourself, well, where else in my life am I chaotic and disorganized? Maybe it's your spiritual fitness, your emotional fitness, your physical fitness. Maybe those areas are disorganized and chaotic. It's not always going to be the same thing, right? You get what I'm saying? So meaning that, if it's a relation to time and being punctual, you're good at it, they're not. But look at the same effect and where else it might be playing out in your life. Okay? So you just use the mirror technique, and what it does is it moves that energy like I talked about. Like I talked about the river, how it should flow, and there's these rocks kind of clogging up the river. But when we use the mirror, the flow starts to take place again, because now the other person becomes our teacher. They become one of our teachers in our life. The relationship actually helps move you and helps you grow and expand as an individual. And it loosens up the fabrics of the relationship, meaning that something that used to just be stale and stuck, now you're learning from it. And you're kind of like, damn, all right, like, damn, I'm learning about myself through this relationship. And you loosen up, you lighten up a little bit, you release a little bit, you relax a little bit. And that's what flow looks like, is us learning and letting go, surrendering to things, not controlling things. You're not going to change the other person. You've probably tried, I know I've tried, and it's not going to happen. But if we can do that for ourselves, not control, but just learn from it, right? Then we can move that energy again, and the relationship starts to move. That feels good, and the relationship just starts to flow more. In fact, I suggest that every week you find 3 things. If you are in a relationship of the other person that frustrates you, look for 3 things, keep it to yourself, use the mirror, and allow that to be your teacher. And watch what happens to the dynamic of the relationship. If you're not in a relationship, look for 3 things about people that frustrated you throughout the week. Use the mirror and allow that to be your teacher. And watch what happens to your life. It'll surprise the shit out of you. It'll be incredible. So that's just a little bit about the mirror technique, guys. Again, do me a favor, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you so much love, and let's keep this stuff rolling. Peace.